Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. Also, don't mind the mess in the background, but I've got kids, so that's the way it is. So today I'm doing a bit of a makeup challenge of 3 foundations that I have. 2 of them are $50 and 1 of them is between the $20 or $22 mark. First one I'm using today is the MAC Studio Fix. This has SPF 15 in it and the colour is NW15. So today I've got to go to the post office. We're having a fairly quiet day. My day has ended up consisting to be pretty quiet actually. We went to the post office and then I just played with the girls. Ellie and I went outside for a bit and that's really been about it. So I haven't really been out too much or doing anything too active today. So basically my makeup I feel has stayed on quite well. Now with the MAC I do feel that it does have an orangey tone to it, so I know not to put on too much. You don't need a lot of products, so I do feel that it covers a lot of area without needing to put more product on, so that is definitely a positive. So I know that if I did put a lot of product on compared to others, it would look really orangey. So definitely, and I mean look, the camera may not even be picking it up, but I know that I've noticed when I put it on it can look a little bit orange. So that's what basically I've picked up from this foundation, is that it is quite durable and long wearing. Well, the woman at MAC said it's an 8-hour wear, but I feel, yeah, definitely 8 hours plus, and that you really don't need a lot of product as well. So I love foundations that you don't need to use a lot, especially when they cost you $50 or so, because that's a lot of money on a foundation. So I think less product you use, the better. So my only downfall would be with the MAC is that it does have an orange tone to it, definitely compared to other foundations that I've used, but really other than that I really do like the foundation. Okay, so we're on to day 2 and I'm wearing, now excuse the bottle because it did break, so I've had this one for a little while. It's the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour wear. So yeah, sorry, the bottle's really gross. But this has SPF 20 in it, so I've just applied it. I've no idea if my camera is even really picking up the right tone for the foundations, but hopefully my review will help. So I've applied this a bit busier today to a degree than yesterday. So today I've got to take Ellie to swimming and then we have to do food shopping. So I will check in throughout the day to let you know how it's all going. Alright, so this review, I have had more use out of this foundation. So I do find that it is a good coverage. The base is quite more watery compared to the MAC, definitely, but it doesn't have the orangey tone to it, just comparing to what the MAC I found has. I don't know whether this foundation would last 25 hours, which is what it does say. Definitely don't think it's any different compared to the MAC with the length of wear, but I do find, depending on what type of environment I'm in using this foundation, if I'm in humidity or if I'm in air conditioning all day, like when I'm at work, I do find that it dries out a fair bit. So that could just be me and my skin, but I do notice it more when wearing this particular foundation. So this foundation is about $20, 20 to 22, I think, around there. So me personally, I think that it is definitely a good foundation. It's worth its money. The 25-hour wear, I don't think that would be accurate just from my experience, but it is a good foundation and I do like the colouring of it. But as I said, depending on what environment I'm in, I do find that it can dry out or sink into my skin a lot, so it just starts to wear out by the end of the day. It's just a bit of a close-up just so you can see the coverage of the foundation. Today's where basically I've been to take Ellie to swimming, or I've played with the girls, been outside, pushing Ellie on the swing, had to take the girls to the doctor and have done food shopping. So this is basically, I've been out a fair bit, or I've done a lot today, so this is the wear I've got. I guess bearing in mind though, it's not been too hot today either, so if we had a lot of humidity it would be a lot different, but I feel that it does wear fairly well in humidity, but in terms of, as I mentioned, air conditioning, it does dry up a bit. Day 3, and I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have had this for a fair while, but I don't use it all the time, only on certain occasions or days. So I'm going to give it a good trial today and actually focus on how it's going. But I do love this one, I will say already, but I will give it a fair go and just compare it between the other two. Wet today, so I will catch up during the day and let you know how it's all going. And I'll give you just a quick close-up to show you a bit more of what it looks like. Okay, so this foundation definitely has lasted the whole day, even being in air conditioning. My battery died, so it's now the next day. But with the Estee Lauder Double Wear, I absolutely love it. I've got it back on today just to kind of finish the video off, but it does last all day. Even with being in air conditioning, it lasted all day. So really just comparing from the Rimmel one and the Estee Lauder one, the Rimmel one, it does wear out while I'm in air conditioning, so just depending on what environment you're in. But Estee Lauder, it's wearable whatever environment you're in. So I think looking back on all three, definitely my favourite would have to be the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Reason being, it matches my skin tone, it doesn't have that orangey tinge to what the MAC does, even though I like the MAC and I like the thickness of the foundation. Compared to the Estee Lauder, it's more of a watery texture, but it just blends in so nicely and you don't need a lot of the product to cover your face. So, and that goes the same thing with the MAC, you don't need a lot of product either. So really the Estee Lauder takes it out for me, definitely. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite foundation is and why. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!